I never imagined I would be the protagonist of a story like this. My name is Alex, and I used to believe that love conquered all. I married Sophie, my college sweetheart, and we built a life together in our quaint little apartment downtown. Every day felt like a new adventure, filled with laughter and love. That is, until everything came crashing down. It all started innocuously enough. Sophie and I had a tight-knit group of friends, and among them was Mark, my best friend since childhood. We did everything together: sports, video games, weekend getaways. He was the brother I never had, and Sophie got along with him wonderfully. Perhaps too wonderfully. I first noticed something was off when Sophie started spending more time away from home. She said it was work, then it was gym classes, and sometimes it was me time at a coffee shop. I wanted to believe her. I did believe her, but when her excuses became more frequent, a gnawing doubt began to grow inside me. One evening, Mark dropped by unannounced, as he often did. We grabbed a couple of beers and settled into the living room. It felt like old times, yet something was different. He seemed distracted, and I couldn't shake the feeling that he was avoiding eye contact. Maybe it was my own paranoia, but I decided to push the thought away. Days turned into weeks, and Sophie's absences became more pronounced. My attempts to talk to her about it were met with vague reassurances and quick dismissals. I was losing her, and I didn't know why. The final straw came one Friday night. Sophie said she was going out with friends, and Mark had told me he was heading to a family event. I figured I'd have a quiet night in. Curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to go for a walk to clear my mind. I ended up near a popular bar in our neighborhood. As I approached, I saw them, Sophie and Mark, together, sharing an intimate moment that left no room for misinterpretation. My heart felt like it stopped, then shattered into 1,000 pieces. I wanted to confront them, but my feet felt like they were glued to the ground. I stood there, watching the people I trusted most betray me in the most painful way. When they finally noticed me, their faces turned from joy to horror. Sophie's eyes widened, and she opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out. Mark looked away, his face a mask of guilt. I turned and walked away, the pain and anger mixing into a numbing haze. Back at the apartment, I sat in the dark, trying to make sense of it all. The love of my life and my best friend had ripped my world apart, and I was left to pick up the pieces. The next few days were a blur. Sophie tried to explain, but I couldn't bear to hear it. Her words were hollow, and nothing she said could undo the damage. Mark attempted to reach out, but I ignored his messages and calls. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of betrayal and heartbreak.